Hey YouTube, this is the Midnight Goddess, and it is Monday, Easter Monday. Hope everyone is doing well. Now, I want to respond to a video that Mr.Repzion did called Depression, Why Mental Health is Important. Now, the reason that I decided to respond to this video is because, as most of the people who follow me know, I am bipolar with schizoaffective disorder, as well as dissociative fugues, anxiety, panic disorders, things of that nature. I have post-traumatic stress disorder and such. Now, a few months back, some of you guys might remember when Mr.Repzion was saying, he was going to kill himself by the time he was 25, how he was posting suicidal ideation all over Tumblr. He was sending out suicidal things on Twitter, and now he wants to become kind of the guru for the self-help for the mentally ill on YouTube. Now, I find a problem with this for several reasons. One, he is not qualified in any capacity to be somebody who of sound mind and logic to properly help in a clinical fashion someone who needs help. He's someone you could go to for advice, even for someone to talk to, but because he has made such posts in the past, he is essentially has glorified suicide to an extent, and has admitted that he could have potentially helped somebody with assisted suicide if the person had gone through with what he had told them, although he's never confirmed nor denied if the person has gone, that if that person had gone through with it. Now, he makes a few points right at the beginning. He talks about how he has chronic depression, and now that he's on his medication and out of his environment, he's happy. And this is a kind of a positive thing. Medication does help. I can attest to that. I've been taking medication for several years for my illnesses, and when they are medicated, when I am medicated and controlled, it is a lot easier to function. And having an environment that you feel safe, cool, calm, and collected in, kind of like your private bubble, is wonderful. But those thoughts, they creep in. They get in through the shadows and the corners at night. They crawl in when you're not looking, into bed with you, into the nook of your neck, and whisper into your ear, and they are never go away. And I'm not saying that his chronic depression is lesser than somebody who's bipolar, or somebody who's schizophrenic, or somebody who has a deeper disability, but my concern is that too many people are going to start turning to him for psychological advice, and he doesn't really have the necessary tools or education to help people of that nature. Now, he did bring up a couple of things that I do want to talk about. He talks about the negative social stigma of being depressed and being suicidal, yet he was spending months promoting suicide, as well as body image and things like that. He says in the video that people have come up to him and talked to him about the fact that he's helped with the body image issues, which is great. However, he doesn't know, and we will never know, how many people he's negatively influenced. I mean, he went off after Onision about giving advice that he didn't know that much about. And in the same instance, we could really say the same thing here about Mr. Repzion. it's why all of a sudden are you turning your channel into like a self-help channel? It's just beyond what you currently have as a knowledge base. And I know I keep going back to that, but that is incredibly important, especially when you're dealing with psychology and with people's emotions and their minds, because you not only mentioned mental illness, you also mentioned eating disorders. And you can very easily help somebody develop an eating disorder unintentionally by giving out incorrect information. And I really hope that if he does delve into the concept of bulimia and anorexia nervosa, that he talks about the fact that it affects not only thin people but fat people, and there's also unintentional bulimia as well as unintentional anorexia nervosa, which is for a different video, but so it's so his channel is going to be a refuge for people with suicidal depression, and he was talking about how his fans were sending him news, and it was causing him depression because he felt like he had to talk about it. And what came across, at least to me, was he was allowing himself to be manipulated by that news instead of taking more of a clinical look at it and then going, hey, I'm depressed, this news is sad, I'm sad when I read it, news makes me depressed, so I'm going to go do something else. And that would be really great if he wasn't trying to become a one-stop self-help guru. Unfortunately, that's really dangerous, and a lot of people could end up getting hurt. And I'm not saying that he's going to become another Onision. I'm saying that this needs to be approached with caution. It needs to be something that is done carefully and with a lot of factual research, not fallacies, nothing like that. Facts, and stick to the facts, because one wrong mistake and you could cost somebody your life. So that's just something for you guys to think about. So this is Midnight Goddess saying, if you can't love yourself, how in the hell are you supposed to love anybody else? Mwah. Bye, guys.